All right, good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well, and I welcome you back to my streams, the first of 6 consecutive days of full-time gameplay streaming here on Twitch. I am Darkside Phil, and what is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had a good day away yesterday. You know, I was not here yesterday to stream, and I know you guys do various things. Many of you say, I can finally not think about Phil for a day. And that's awesome. It's awesome that finally for a day you can not think about me in my streams, right? I'm just joking. In reality, I hope you all had a good day. Maybe some of you had a chance to get caught up on all the streams over the past week over on DSPGaming on YouTube. I hope you had a good day away, and now it is time to get back into the swing of things, right? Good week we got coming up here. We got a good combination of stuff. We've got continuing playthroughs. We've got new playthroughs starting up this week, which I'm excited for. We'll talk about that in a moment. Some really good stuff, man. Good stuff all around. I had a good day off yesterday. A nice drama-free day. I unplugged from the internet. I didn't really pay much attention to it until like maybe the very end of the day when I got home and I was relaxing a little bit. You know, I made a few observations during my day off. Like, I made a tweet last night about GameStop and how I really think that GameStop is pretty much on the way out. I can't imagine how GameStop as a business is going to continue to operate. Just on a whim, my wife and I were in a certain area yesterday that normally we're not in, and we had a little bit of time to kill. So we're walking around looking at what's around, just to you know, window shopping basically, not really buying anything because we don't have any money, but just kind of walking around and seeing what's there to look at. And there was a GameStop, and we'd never been in this particular GameStop before. Like, man, we haven't been in a GameStop in a little bit. At least the one that we have, you know, that's not near us. Let's take a look. So we take a look at it, and we walk in, and of course, you know, some games, a lot of gaming peripherals, a lot of pop culture junk, you know, action figures, those pop figures, T-shirts. You just kind of look around the store, and you're like, man, it's just so different now. You know, when I was growing up as a teenager, GameStop, EB, which is Electronics Boutique, software, etc., Babbage's. Like, there used to be a bunch of different game stores all around that would all compete with each other. And you would go in those stores and you would look around and you're like, wow, here's all the new releases. There'd be a giant area for strategy guides, you know, a million gaming peripherals, you know, things to store your games in, things to carry your portable game systems around in, you know, a big section of used games, a big section of new games. And now you just kind of look around at GameStop and it's like, it's just collectibles, you know. It's just a bunch of stuff that you could just easily buy online. You don't even need to be there. And it's also sad to know that the reason that GameStop has all these collectibles in the stores because they bought out and destroyed the business known as ThinkGeek. For those of you who've been around for a long time, watching my content over a decade, you would know that when I first started doing stuff on the internet, I used to frequently talk about and show off and review products from a website called ThinkGeek.com. This is a website that basically took a lot of pop culture stuff. It wasn't just video games, although video games were a huge part of it. But it was all other stuff like Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, you know, that kind of stuff. And would have merchandise from it. Now, of course, admittedly, a lot of this stuff is just superfluous, silly stuff, but still, it was pretty cool to, like, look at that kind of stuff on their website. They actually have a paper catalog they would send me, and I would go through it, and I would actually get some of this stuff for, like, DSP Tries It and other stuff. I really liked the business itself. I thought it was great. Well, GameStop bought out this business completely. From the ground up, bought it, and over the past several years, completely shut it down. ThinkGeek no longer exists. They actually laid off all the staff, shut down the website, and basically made it so that all that merch now is exclusively sold in their stores. And they essentially just ruined the business now. Because, I hate to say it, GameStop's on the way out. You know, that's why you see all this junk in GameStop. Because they basically realized, man, we're not selling games anymore. We're not selling consoles anymore. Let's sell junk in our stores instead. They thought that was going to save the business model at some point. which is pretty funny. In addition to that, I was actually reading some news articles about GameStop last year, and if you can believe it, the people in charge of GameStop, the high up people, actually believe they can rebrand their stores to be a place to watch esports. Like, what? They actually are going to set up areas where people will sit in folding chairs and watch esports tournaments. They think this is going to save their stores. So anyway, since that means GameStop's not going to exist for much longer, I just like to say, it was a cool place a long time ago. I mean, even at the very beginning of my YouTube presence, when I started doing videos for YouTube, you remember I attended many GameStop events. I attended Street Fighter 4 tournaments at GameStop. I attended the Modern Warfare 2 launch at my local GameStop at the time, and it was just a very different thing than it is today, So it is what it is. It was just an observation, I wanted to make, and they're on the way out. Now, another thing that's on the way out, incidentally, is E3, because it's now official. Sony's not at E3. Nintendo's not at E3. Not even Microsoft is at E3. So the big three game developers are not at E3 this year. They're not going there to showcase their products. Instead, they're going to do their own digital conferences, separate from E3. They have nothing to do with E3. E3 in the past many years has basically fallen into decline. A lot of people have complained that since E3 opened up their doors to a common person rather than gaming media, for an exorbitant fee, by the way. They charge like hundreds of dollars for tickets to get into E3 for a normal person rather than a person that's in the gaming media. That basically, the event's overcrowded. The event no longer is about covering new games. It's more about being like a gaming convention for people who want to feel like they're part of a hype rather than actually covering a gaming media event. And people who actually seriously take it as part of their work have been complaining constantly that the event sucks. Well, last year, if you guys remember, E3 accidentally leaked everyone's information who attended the show. If you can believe it, they leaked everyone's info. Not only, gaming media, but normal attendees, like everyone who attended the show had their personal information leaked on the internet. So imagine that. Imagine, man, my whole life I wanted to go to E3. This year I finally got in. You get in, and then your information's leaked on the internet, and people troll you all year. Right? So it's basically just like, what's the purpose of going to E3? I've been saying this for years. I attended E3 in 2012, 8 years ago. And when I did, it was a once kind of a one-time, once-in-a-lifetime thing to see games in person before they had been released and walk around this big showroom floor that all these companies had invested a lot of money in or whatever. In reality, did I really see much more than I would have seen if I just stayed home and watched the stuff on the internet? Not really. I watched a bunch of game trailers that I could have watched on the internet. I think out of everything there, I got hands-on with maybe 3 to 4 games that I wouldn't have had hands-on if I'd stayed home. But outside of that, it wasn't that big of a deal. For the amount of money and the amount of time and the amount of work invested in attending E3, it really isn't a big deal at all. Really, well, I think a lot of people like E3 for is because the industry would get together. You'd schmooze with other people in the gaming industry. You'd party, right? That's kind of how they took it. But if you're not interested in that shit, what's the point of going to E3, right? So, it's funny because this morning, Jeff, I forget how to pronounce his name. Is it Keighley? I think it's Jeff Keighley. The guy who's responsible for the Game Awards, the guy who pretty much has mainstream covered every major gaming event for the past, 20 plus years. He tweeted this morning, he decided not to go to E3 this year. He's like, I know this is going to actually have a weigh heavily on some people because I'm kind of known as the big gaming guy. I'm not going this year. I just want to make my intentions known. And I'm like, the guy who literally is the guy synonymous with mainstream gaming media hype. This is the guy who hypes everything in gaming, right? Is not going to E3. That's the end of it. That's seriously it. E3 is done, man. So, sad, but true. I think what's going to happen is, around that time every year now, we're going to have a lot of announcements from gaming studios, but I don't think we're going to really have a yearly big E3 thing that much. I think this is it. This year's kind of the last hurrah, where we're all going to kind of laugh at how bad E3 is, and then after this, that's it. It's just, what E3 is going to become, a convention, much like PAX and all these other conventions. It's just going to become another gaming convention where you buy an insanely overinflated expensive ticket. You go in, there's way too many people. It's just not a very good time in general. And that's kind of what E3 is going to become. And that's sad because that's obviously not what it was intended to be or what it should be. But I guess the people who run it just don't know what the hell they're doing. It's much like GameStop. They didn't know how to stay pertinent. They didn't know how to keep with the times and how to attract people in a digital age. They couldn't get people to understand why they needed to be in a brick and mortar place, So, that's that, I guess. Rest in peace, E3, after this year. I think this is really the last hurrah. Next year, it'll just be a gaming convention. Okay? All right, so there's a couple things I wanted to talk about before we got to the business at hand, as usual. All right, guys, so let's talk. First of all, this week's going to be great. This week, we have instituted many different new animations for my streams, okay? These just got loaded in over the past couple of days. So just so you guys know, since I know a lot of people attend my pre-stream when I come back from break, a few things. Number one, we now have an animation for every level of sub. If you're a first-time sub, if you are a 2-month sub, a 3-month sub, a 6-month, 9-month, 1 year, or excuse me, not 9-month, that one's not real, but 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, or if you subscribe with Twitch Prime. No matter which those are, if you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get an exclusive and special emo. Okay? Excuse me, not emo. Boy, I can't speak today. Animation. A special animation on the stream for when you subscribe, depending on what kind of a subscriber, what level of subscriber you are. All right? Pretty cool that they're now personalized per level. In addition, depending on the level of tip that you give me during a stream, there's now 3 different exclusive tip animations. One is for the $5 or more level, one's for a $10 or more level, and one is for a $20 or more level. All right, that's pretty cool. Different animations depending on how much is contributed. For cheering, we still have the standard cheering animation, which is for 100 bits, but we have 2 other special animations that were just added last minute on Monday. And a lot of people aren't aware of this because it was only for the late stream. So 2 animations. If you either cheer 420 bits or you tip me $4.20, there is a new 420 animation that will play on the stream as well. That's exclusive just to those amounts, okay? Now, this opens itself up to, hey, what other amount? We could probably do amounts for like 666, just to be silly. More than likely, what we're going to end up doing is having new animations for levels of bit cheers as well. That's what I would think. But I like this because it basically allows me to customize the stream and have it feel fresh, Admittedly, when I'm limited to what I can do on streams because I have absolutely no talent in graphic design, I'm not going to lie, and I have no means to create my own animations, it's really cool that, viewers who like my stuff have been helping and contributing to the streams, and I'm really happy about that. So thank you to anyone who has been contributing. Also, fan art. There's been a lot of new fan art recently added to the streams. You can see here as you're watching pre-stream here, new fan art added to the streams, which is excellent, and I'm very happy about that. There's actually going to be more fan art tomorrow as well. So good stuff. I'm very excited, and I hope that you guys are liking the new stuff added to the streams. It makes it feel fresh and interesting, rather than just the same old every single day, right? I like that. So thank you to anyone who has been helping out in that regard. Adding on to that, if anyone has ideas for new animations or new levels of animations that I could set up, you should do it for this one or this one, I'm open to suggestions, okay? Definitely open to suggestions. Definitely willing to listen to anything that you guys think would add to the stream. So please, by all means, share that information. Share those suggestions during streams, okay? Or tweet me or whatever you want to do. Reach me and, we'll see. Especially if you want to make an animation maybe for the stream as well. A lot of people who have talent out there and like, man, that would be cool to see my animation on Phil's stream for a certain contribution level. Hey, I accept. All right? Good stuff. All right, now, the time has come for us to talk about the streams this week, okay? What are we going to be doing this week? I'll tell you exactly what we're going to be doing this week. We're going to be playing games. What a surprise. It's going to be fun. Let's talk about the schedule. First of all, today, full streaming day, first day back from break. We're going to be doing more Donkey Kong 64. What we're going to be doing is finishing up World 4, and there's only really 2 major things left to do in World 4. There's one more banana left to find, and thank you to those. I think there's 2 people who actually messaged me on social media over my day off and said, Phil, here's how you get that banana. It's kind of cryptic. Thank you for that. We can now get the final banana, and then we're going to fight the boss of World 5, or World 4, excuse me. Don't know what the boss of World 4 is, but we're going to check that out. That's the beginning of the stream. Then we're going to head on to World 5 and see what the hell World 5 is about, right? It was good. World 4 we did almost in one sitting, which was good. So now we'll hopefully get a good chunk, a good tear into World 5 today, and see what happens. All right, so that's Donkey Kong 64 stream. As you know, it'll be full of rage, I'm sure, because the game is very outdated. Then tonight, for tonight's late stream, it's my weekly Pokemon Sword stream, where we're still trying to fill the Pokedex. At this point, I believe we've got just under 40 Pokemon left to add to the Pokedex. We've already got a great start because we got Pokemon that I breeded down that I need to evolve, and I'm working on breeding down more Pokemon, and we're getting very close. We are. There's going to be a few Pokemon that I think are going to be a little frustrating because those are the ones that you need to have like the high friendship rating in order to eventually like evolve them or whatever. But outside of that, we're doing pretty damn good. We're catching a lot of Pokemon. We're doing good. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm definitely thinking over the next few weeks is going to be the end game of collecting all these Pokemon. So we'll see how that goes. But that should be fun tonight. Whenever I play Pokemon, it's very chill. It's a very relaxing stream where we just kind of hang out and have a good time. So that's going to be tonight. Okay? Tomorrow, it's a big premiere. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you'll be here tomorrow. It's going to be a special time because tomorrow, Thursday, will be the premiere of my Mass Effect 2 10th Anniversary Renegade Run. That's right. 10 years ago, Mass Effect 2 released. As a new release, I covered it. It was very hype in 2010 when I covered it. This was before I made any money making gameplay videos on YouTube. This is when I was just an underdog, a grassroots guy, just playing games, having fun. And I was pretty virally popular at this point. You know, my videos were getting ridiculous amounts of views for new playthroughs. So, Mass Effect 2, in my opinion, the absolute best Mass Effect game in the series. Very long, very involved, lots of characters and stuff. Great game, okay? Starts up tomorrow. Why am I doing this? For two reasons. All right. Number one, because I've wanted to play this game again forever. Like, I think the last 5 years I kept bringing up, if I'm going to replay old games, this is one of the old games I want to replay. Because I know it's the best Mass Effect game, and I kind of want to relive that part of Mass Effect's history. Okay? That's number one. Number two, because it's the 10th anniversary of the game. And to go back and say, man, this was a really great franchise that really kind of personified the greatness of the last console generation. It's a shame the franchise has been absolutely killed off by insanely bad game dev decisions. It is what it is. It's a kind of a symptom of our time that great game franchises have died off because of insanely bad decisions by game publishers, right? So, I'm going to be starting this playthrough up tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will be here for it. I'm going to create a brand new character from the ground up. I'm not using Phil Shepard, who was the character I used back in the day with my original Mass Effect Trilogy playthrough. And we're going to be doing Renegade choices. That's right, because I want to see how the game pans out being an asshole. Should be pretty fun. Hope you'll join me for that. And then, of course, one of the other reasons why this will be a special playthrough, we just finished Knights of the Old Republic. And so we're going to see a game that was 7 years later from the same game studio. You know, how did it pan out and how did it compare to the original, right? So it should be great. I hope you guys will be here tomorrow for Mass Effect 2, the premiere. Okay? All right, tomorrow night, it will be the conclusion, at least the intended conclusion, of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I'm in the final world now, World 7, which I believe is the Koopa world. It might be World 6, I take that back. Whatever the final world is, it's the Koopa Kingdom. And I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are too. It should be a fun time to wrap up this retro playthrough that I've been doing for, over a month now. Okay? So, that's cool. And then on Friday, it will be the continuation of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which we have finished up the Cell Saga. We are now in the intermission between the Cell Saga and the final saga, which is the Boo Saga. We're going to see what happens there. Usually the intermission segments are very chill because there's not much going on in them, besides random side missions and the like. So that'll be Friday's main stream. I don't know if we'll get to the Boo Saga or not. I guess we'll see. And then Friday night is my weekly Street Fighter throwback stream, which I hope you'll join me for. That's always fun as well. Saturday, we're going to swing back to more DK64. Saturday night will be, I believe, Genesis Mini. And then Sunday will be more Mass Effect 2 paired with more Doom 2. And then Monday will be more Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and Minecraft. Okay? So good stuff coming up this week. That's the full streaming week for you. All right? Now, 1 week from this weekend is my special retrospective streaming event. This is when we're going to go back for a marathon setting, and we're going to look back and reminisce about the past. We're going to look at content from the last 11 plus years, and we're going to talk about it. All right? So I hope you guys will join me for that. That's either going to be Saturday or Sunday of next week, not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after. So please continue to nominate your favorite moments of my 11-year history as a content creator. The more you nominate, the better that event's going to be. Okay? And you can nominate by going to my forums, thekingofhate.com, or every once in a while, the link will just post up right here in the stream chat. And head over there and please nominate stuff. All right, guys? Also, yes, there will be a special Tips fundraiser event at the end of this month. It's probably going to be on Friday, the 28th of February. And that's going to be a special event where I do things that you guys have been asking me for to do. So, for example, I'm probably going to restart a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 1. Okay? In addition, what version, I have no idea. I'm undecided on that. But I'm probably going to be doing MGS 1. In addition, I'll be going back checking out Fortnite for the first time in years to see what they've done with this game, how it's changed over the years, what crap they've added to it to make little kiddies play. Quite frankly, okay? So, there you go. That's just two of the things. I'm not sure what else I'm going to be doing during that event. I'm going to keep talking about it. We'll keep deciding, over the next 2 weeks or so that we have between now and that event, what things I should do during that event. Why am I doing a Tips fundraiser? It's very simple. I need to, because I need to raise funds to pay my tax attorney, so he'll file my taxes for me. He's requiring me to prepay him this year, which he's never done before, because I declared bankruptcy. So because of that, I have to do this. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't have money lying around to do it, so I have to do a special event. I hope you guys will come out for that event, all right? So, good stuff. And then, of course, near the end of this month, there's going to be some new releases. We'll talk about those as we get near, the last week of the month. Fair enough? Okay, guys, so that is the deal. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for looking forward to all this stuff and hanging out with me on a daily basis. It's really cool. All right. Let's now move on to the next segment, the gratuitous plugs. Thank you for 11 awesome years that you've allowed me to be a content creator here on the internet. In the modern day, here I am a full-time streamer, and I rely almost solely on your crowdfunding contributions during the streams. All right. Things right now are very tough financially for me. They're going to be, I assume, for at least another couple of months until we get through taxes and everything. But I appreciate everything you guys do for me. All right? I really do. So thank you for that. And if you like the fact that I'm here 6 days a week, live streaming full time, if you like the fact that I upload all of my archive streams over on DSPGaming on YouTube for those who cannot be here live so you can watch them on a daily basis. If you appreciate all this and you want to see it all continue, please consider contributing one of the following methods that I'm about to outline. However, I will say this up front. Please understand, although contributions are greatly appreciated, they are not mandatory. I'll repeat myself. Although contributions are greatly appreciated, they are not mandatory. All right? I don't expect that anyone's going to come and contribute, and I don't want anyone coming to the stream feeling like, oh, man, I'm the odd man out, because I didn't contribute, and, I feel bad because I can't contribute to Phil today. That's not the case at all. Please understand, I'm a lifelong gamer. Gaming is my hobby and my passion as well as my job now. I'm one of the luckiest people on this planet because I get to do what I love for a living, right? In addition to that, I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I ever monetized anything because I love doing it, not because I was looking to make money doing it. I fell into make money doing this as a job by accident when I lost my office job about a decade ago now. Yeah, it was 10 years ago that I was laid off. Pretty crazy, huh? if I were not able to continue to live stream for a living, I would still continue to live stream, at least in some capacity, okay? So, yes, folks, that's the deal. Please consider contributing in one of the following methods, but do not feel pressured to contribute because that's not what it's all about. First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, and thank you very much for anyone who does check that out and does consider contributing. All right? Thank you for that. If you do contribute to my Patreon, you qualify for personal perks depending on how much you contribute. I'm not going to go into detail about it because it's all outlined right over there in black and white. Thanks to anyone who does. Please give it a look. I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, but particularly it's t-shirts. There's other stuff there as well, like stickers and mugs, etc. But it's mostly t-shirts. And, they're high-quality stuff. I own a ton of them and have worn them for years, and they haven't worn out. That attests to the quality of them, I feel, right? So please consider giving that a look as well. And thanks to anyone who buys something from my Teespring. That helps me out. Now, if you guys are here live on the stream, all right, and you guys are here and ready to watch a live stream and have some fun with me, and you're looking to maybe interact with me, well, there's 3 ways you can contribute and get interaction. If you either cheer with bits or you subscribe to the channel or you tip me during today's live stream, I'm going to give you a live shout out during the stream, okay? Now, please understand, this is in accordance with the rules and regulations of the stream. As long as you're in accordance with the rules and you're not trying to insult me or whatever in your message, and you're not trying to derail the stream with drama and nonsense, then I'm going to give you a shout out and say thanks, okay? So, that's the deal. There's also a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This tracks things like the top cheerer of the stream and the top tipper of the stream, all right? And I will update that periodically as well. Excuse me. And then, of course, we've also got the built-in integrated leaderboards here on Twitch. This tracks things such as the cheering for the week, top cheerers of the week with bits, and also top sub-gifters for the week. So pretty cool. Many opportunities for you guys to get recognized and to get noticed for your contributions. Thank you again in advance for anyone who even consider contributing in any way, shape, or form. Now, I just mentioned a ton of ways you can contribute. You may be wondering, geez, with all those, what's the best way to help Phil? And the answer is very matter-of-factly, by tipping me. Tipping me helps me more than anything because tips I get immediately. Tips I can put towards bills or towards anything I need to put them towards. Right now, I'm in really dire straits financially. I have about 3 days left before I get paid by Twitch for the month, okay? And I know for a fact I have a set of condo dues that's going to be cashed, essentially, within the next day or 2 days. All tips you guys give me this week are going towards bills, okay? And I need help because I don't want to overdraft my bank account a ton and I'll have to backfill it with this payment coming in from Twitch. In addition, that's if the bank account even clears the payment, because sometimes they don't if the money's not there. So I know this sucks. Obviously, I shouldn't be in this position. If I didn't have to pay back taxes from last year at the end of last month, this wouldn't have happened, but it is. It's happening. Nothing I can do about it. So please consider tipping me if at all you can contribute today. That's the preferred method. All of your tips are going to go towards these bills that need to clear. In addition, by the way, my utilities, when I say that, I mean my internet bill, usually clears around this time of month, but it's always weird because sometimes they bill me on like the 13th, and then sometimes they bill me like the 16th. It's weird. They never consistently do it. I don't understand what their methodology is on when they charge me for the internet, because it seems to be different every freaking month. So the more tips I get, the more it will be my bank account to clear these. All right? So please consider tipping me if at all you can today. All right? How do you tip? If you look below the stream, okay, there's a tips jar button you can click on, and that will bring you to my PayPal tips page. Or you can type ! Tips into the stream chat, or tip it to the stream chat, excuse me. That'll also bring up my PayPal tips page, all right? So something to know about this, you can actually tip me using a debit or credit card. It's not a requirement that you have a registered PayPal account, although sometimes it seems like that's what they're saying on that PayPal tips page. If you actually load the full desktop version of the page, you should see options to leave a tip with a debit or credit card. But it doesn't always load the full desktop version of that page by default, FYI. So please understand that. And, if you're looking to tip me and not have a full account, because it's a little bit of a hassle to have to do that, you can do so. Okay? Now, I look out for my viewers, all right? And I'm looking out for your best interest, guys. I just want to make you aware, if you're going to contribute to any streamer on the internet, you got to be careful, man. You've got to do your best to protect your identity and to make sure that your information is not out there so people can mess with you, all right? Allow me to explain what I mean by that. Sadly, there are people out there on the internet that are pretty messed up. If they can hurt anyone just because they can, they will. It's not because they know you. It's not because they hate you. It's not because they feel they can get personal gain out of it. It's just because they feel they can have some kind of an impact anonymously against someone else's life on the internet. They will do it. They're that messed up in the head. That's how pathetic their lives are. They have no positivity, so they have to bring their negativity to other people on the planet. All right? It's pretty fucked up when you really think about it, but it's just the reality of things. Trust me, I know all about this. That being said, many of us, in fact, I would even go as far to say most of us, have all kinds of personal information all over the internet. Whether it's, social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. Or maybe it's just, sites like Twitch where we're putting up our names or whatever. You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful what you put out there. And the last thing I want is someone contributing to a stream today, and the next thing you know, someone's like, I don't like this guy now because he contributed to a streamer I don't like, so I'm going to harass the shit out of him online, right? We don't want that to happen. So, a couple recommendations. If you're going to contribute to a stream today, in particular, if you're going to tip me today to help me out, you might want to tip anonymously. That way no one would know it's you. If you just say anonymous, how's anyone going to associate that with you? They can't, right? Or make up a name completely. You'll still know it's you. I'll still give you a shout out. But as long as it's something that has nothing to do with you or your social media presence, no one can associate that with you, right? So I'm looking out for you guys. I want you to be protected. Please be careful because a lot of people just take it for granted. They think, I'm no one. No one's going to try to do anything to me. And the next thing you know, they're getting harassed online. Just be careful. All right, guys? Fair enough? All righty then. Let's continue on. So the rules of the stream. First of all, I have to abide by all the rules and regulations of Twitch.tv because I am streaming on their platform. Please understand that, guys. I can't just say and do whatever I want on my streams. Fair enough? All right. But also, in addition to that, I have my own vibe and my own mentality that I like to have on my stream. Basically, I like to have chill streams. What that means is that I want it to feel like when you come by my stream, you can relax, you can have a good time. You can forget all the stresses and all the drama and all the nonsense in your real life. All right? I want you to hear my honest opinions on whatever game I'm playing. I want you to be able to maybe interact with me or other stream chatters during the course of the stream. And in general, just relax and have fun. That's what it's all about, okay? I don't want you to come on here and be inundated with people arguing with each other and just being nasty with each other and people constantly insulting me and doing overdramatic, stupid shit, derailing the stream, bringing up, all kinds of negative nonsense. That's not what we want, all right? It's not the intended vibe of the stream. Some other people may like that. Some people might have dramatic streams or whatever. I don't like that. I just want to have a good time. Fair enough? So there's a few rules that I follow that I feel keep this in line. The first is we don't bring up politics and religion on the stream. These are topics that over 11 years I've been a content creator, I find they're pretty much not very constructive to a gameplay stream. And usually when people start talking about these topics, they end up arguing with each other and being very negative with each other. They can't agree to see from another person's perspective or opinion or respect another person's opinion. And because of that, I feel there's really no reason to bring these things up. They have nothing to do with the gameplay stream anyway. Now, if I'm playing a game that maybe has politics or religion as a subject matter or has overtones in that regard, that's different. If it's in context to what I'm doing on stream, sure, let's talk about it till the cows come home, but not just bringing that stuff up in real life. Last thing I want, let's talk about, what's going on in the United States with the presidential race and all that. No, we're not going to do that, okay? Now, in addition, I'm well aware there's tons of people out there on the internet who are just out to get a rise out of the viewing public in order to basically ride my coattails, get attention by making fun of me, defaming me, insulting myself and my family, and lying about me on a daily basis, all right? I'm well aware this exists. We don't need to talk about it, all right? If we do, all you're doing is you're giving undue attention to a group of scumbags who don't deserve it, and you're derailing my stream, all right? I don't need to know that someone's restreaming me. I don't need to know who said what about me, who made the latest drama video, and nonsense. I don't give a fuck, all right? It's especially hilarious when I have a day off like I did yesterday, and people try to say, oh, did you hear this happen? I don't give a fuck. It's my day off. Why the shit do you think I would care about anything like that? And when I come back, all I care about is putting out a fun, positive stream. I don't want to hear about their bullshit. So I'm not going to bother with any of that shit. You shouldn't either. Please do not bring it up on my streams. If you do, you're derailing the stream and you're subject to moderation, just like everyone else. Someone already was moderated this morning. Someone who I had warned tons of times about doing it. They felt like it was funny to do it anyway, and now they're not going to be in my stream chat anymore because they're a fucking idiot. So, there you go. Please don't bring that crap up. All right? Fair enough? Okay. All right, guys. All right. That's it. Let's move on to the third and final segment, which is, of course, the gratuitous plugs. Are you guys ready for the gratuitous plugs? Oops, I already did the gratuitous plugs. You thought I was going to plug more. Of course not. It's the shout-out segment, guys. It's the third segment of the pre-stream. It's where I give shout-outs to everyone who's contributed. It's where I say thank you. We have a little bit of fun discussion. And then we get ready for gameplay. Okay? All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to blow my nose. And then we're going to do that. Hold on. I just want to blow my nose quickly. I'm going to mute the mic. I'll be right back. All right, so I blew my nose, and now I have a bloody nose. Isn't that delightful? This always happens this time of year for me. Like, in particular, if I'm sick and I have to blow my nose a lot, which I have been over the past, week and a half. And then I blow my nose, and oops, and now I've got a bloody nose. Very fucking annoying, but it is what it is. At least I still got more pre-stream before I have to start, so you don't have to see me streaming with a tissue up my nose here. Disgusting, blood everywhere. All right, hold on. Let me throw this out. Ugh. Okay. So, let's get to shout out, shall we, everyone? Alright, so we start off this morning with a subscription from Bad Guy 42399. Thank you very much to Bad Guy for the sub. I appreciate that. Let's see here. That 2017 vibe cheered and says, why do you feel so comfortable putting words in other people's mouths? Seems you'd be upset if they did the same. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Putting words into other people's mouths. Sure. Whatever you say, dude. He says, do you remember the song OPP? You mean you down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Is that what the song was? I don't know. But anyway, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Sounds like a nice negative reference that you're trying to start my stream off with. I don't give a shit. But thanks for the cheer regardless. Honest Fan did a... Oh, excuse me. I skipped a contribution. Hold on a second. Wee Wiz did a 100-bit cheer and said, I'm thinking of a smart idea would be to inject synthetic shit into my ass to make it a little bit tighter. What? Whatever you say, bro. Thanks for the 100-bit cheer. Honest Fan did a 120-bit cheer. Thank you very much. Let me get you up because you're actually the top cheer of the day so far. And it looks like he's talking... Okay, interesting. I didn't know about this. So, Honest Fan says the following. The view counts are up. Well, like I said, I don't know. I don't look at view count. But if view count's up today, it's probably because I'm back from break. Whenever I go on break and I come back, view count tends to be a little bit up. He says, how do you manage to stay so positive during a pretty critical point in your life? Any opinions on the current controversy regarding Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC? They say they want to charge different prices depending on platform. Oh my god. Well, first of all, I don't particularly feel like this point in my life is any different than others. I'm just being honest. I really don't. There's been drama every point in my life for the past 5 to 6 years, and as much as people would like to act like this is, what's going on in my life right now is different than other times, it's not. At all. Being honest here. So it is what it is. I just, for me, focus on my streams, focus on the positive things in my life, and ignore all the negative, toxic shit that's out there because I don't give a fuck about it. Okay? Fair enough? Now, in regards to Dragon Ball, I didn't know about this, that apparently the DLC is going to be priced differently depending on what platform you're on. Well, what platforms are there? I know it's on Xbox One. I know that it's on PlayStation 4. I don't even know, is it on PC? I mean, I'm assuming it is, right? You would assume that it's on PC, but I'm not aware of that. I don't feel if it's the same exact DLC. Okay, if it's the same exact DLC, it should be priced the same no matter what format you're on. That's just being honest. I've always said this. Why is it that when there's a cross-platform game, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, number one, they should all cost the same. Sorry, and I know some PC enthusiasts would be like, oh, that's bullshit. But why is someone paying cheaper for one than another version of the game? I don't understand that. Everyone should be paying the same price. And in addition, since you're paying the same price, you should have an equivalent experience with that game. The biggest offender of this, for me, over all the years that I played games on YouTube and now on Twitch live streaming, was Dark Souls 3. I played it on the Xbox One. That game ran like donkey fucking shit on the Xbox One. If you remember, there was a couple points in the game that were almost unbeatable for me. Not because the game was tough, because the game ran like shit. That Pontiff Sullivan boss fight is ridiculously difficult when the game is chopping up and locking up and actually plays in slow motion during that fight on the Xbox One. At least at launch it did. I don't know if they fixed it since then, but it was particularly ridiculously bad at that time. And then, what was it, 2 years later? I played it on PS4 and had zero issues, zero slowdown, no problems, and I beat the boss, I think, on the second try. So, that's pretty frustrating that you could pay the same amount of money and get a completely different gameplay experience depending on what, platform you're playing the game on because of a bad port, all right? But that's really not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is DLC, identical DLC, costing differently on different platforms. That's horseshit. It should not. If it's the same exact DLC, it should be priced exactly the same, no matter where you buy it or where you play it. I don't get that. That's confusing to me. And of course, if that's the case, I don't know, honest fan. I'm just going off of what you're telling me. But that sounds like bullshit. Okay? Sound good? All right. There you go. Wee Wiz did another 100-bit cheer. He says there's a ghost in his fridge. I think what Wee Wiz is doing, he's been doing this in the stream chat all day. I think he's repeating a stand-up comedy act, but I don't listen to stand-up comedy, so I don't know who this is. But he's here's his line for line what he's saying. Okay, there's a good chance there's a ghost in my fridge that's been keeping an eye on me all along, and he's just waiting for me to fuck up. Sounds like stand-up comedy, right? Definitely does. I don't know who that is, but anyway, thank you, Wee Wiz, for the cheer. Hold on, guys. I'm going to throw out another disgusting tissue here. As I wait for my nose to hopefully stop bleeding here. Okay, let's see here. Yuckaroo resubscribed for 2 months. I said, why am I poisoned? Thank you very much, Yuckaroo, for the 2-month resub. Septic Tank Man tipped me $1. This is the first tip of the day. Septic Tank Man. All right, hold on a second. Let me get this guy up on the leaderboard. So he tipped me $1, and he says, the new update for Modern Warfare is 55 gigabytes, which comes to a total of 180 gigabytes for the game. Are they for real? This is pissing off many people who have to delete games to play this thing. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Listen, I'll be the first to admit the game looks good. I said that when I played the beta last year. I said, damn, this game really does look like they rehauled the graphics engine from the ground up, and the detail and everything. The game looks beautiful. Is that an excuse to fill up half your damn console hard drive, right? Remember, Regular PS4s only have 500 gig hard drives, and a big chunk of that's for the operating system. So you're talking half your hard drive is one game, right? But also, let's be honest here. For those who are heavily into Call of Duty, that's pretty much their main focus. You know what I mean? Like, you're heavily playing Call of Duty, you play every expansion, you play the game all the time, you're competitive at it. Maybe they're not necessarily needing a ridiculous amount of other hard drive space because this is like their focus when it comes to gaming. You know what I mean? But I agree, it's huge. That's giant. That's ridiculous. I'm a little bit lucky because I got a PS4 Pro gifted to me. And because of that, I have extra hard drive space, but not everyone has that luxury. So that is frustrating in my opinion. I agree with you. An anonymous cheerer did 2 100-bit cheers. Thank you very much to this anonymous cheerer, whoever you may be. I appreciate that. Septic Tank Man tipped me another $1. All right. And let's see here. That gets us up to $2 in tips. And he says, I'm shocked and surprised you're playing Fortnite, but you won't give super fun, completely revamped Dead by Daylight another go. And now it's Freddy, Jason, Ash, Michael, Jigsaw, Texas Chainsaw Guy, and the monster from Stranger Things. You'll love it. But it's the same game. Isn't it? I mean, maybe they added in a map or two. But at its core, even though it has new killers or whatever, it's still the same game. You know, and I played that game. Listen, I like that game. Okay? I actually like that game. All right? I'm not going to say I didn't. I actually enjoyed I almost said Septic Tank Man. I actually enjoyed Dead by Daylight. Remember I played it when it first launched on PlayStation, I believe? Or was it? No, I think it was Xbox One, actually. And then I played it again, I think for special events. People voted in for like a Halloween or something. And I played it again. I like it. But I don't think that it's the kind of game that people want to see me keep playing. You know, I played it a bunch when it came out. I basically was good at it, too. I was getting good at it. As a survivor, I actually really enjoyed playing it. But there's no reason to keep going back to the game that's identical just with new characters, you know? Okay. So PW Dubs, I know you're here on the stream. I really don't think this was you who tipped me because, number one, they didn't capitalize your name, which you always do. And number two, they only tipped me $1, and you usually tip me $1.30. So if you're here, PW Dubs, please understand, I don't believe that this is really you, but I think someone's trying to hide behind your name because they said something stupid. Here's what they said. Do you ever get worried your gout will grow uncontrollably inside your stomach or inside your nose? Better get that taken care of. No, because that's not what gout is. That you're an idiot if you think that. Gout is crystals, acidic crystals that form in your joints as a result of uric acid buildup in your body. It's not something that grows inside of you like a tumor in your nose or your stomach. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But anyway, let's continue on. Someone just cheered and said Gabe Horn is awesome. Now, from what I don't understand, Gabe Horn is like something very negative. I don't exactly know who Gabe Horn is because I don't follow all the stupid shit like some of you do. Here, I'll look it up. Maybe it's not. Oh, no, he's an actor? Gabriel Horn is an actor. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, it's fine. It's nothing negative at all, actually. Okay. I was confusing it with something else then. Never mind. All right, so Gabe Horn is awesome. Did a 300-bit cheer and said, did you feel any shaking when Wings did jumping jacks? No. And, you know, I'm pretty sure there are many people larger than Wings who live closer to me. So I'm not really too worried about, you know, that. And by the way, you know, taking backhanded jabs at other streamers isn't exactly a nice thing to do. I'm just saying. It's pretty messed up. I'm sure I wouldn't be too happy if you guys were doing that with me, and I'm pretty sure many of you probably do. And that's why I'm happy I don't pay attention to other people's streams, because I don't want to hear all that stupid toxic shit. Okay? Then I got a couple really stupid tips I'm not even going to address because they're dumb as fuck. This looks like PW Dubs actually did tip me $1.30 here. So PW Dubs technically would be the top tipper of the day. Here we go. And then, of course, he asked the stupidest thing ever. What's the biggest turd I ever had? Well, you know, what I do is every time that I take a shit, I pull the turd out of the tank with my hands. And I lay it out nice and flat on the floor. And I pull out my measuring stick. And I try to, you know, and I every time I have a long turd, I mark it off on the stick. And so what I do is I you know, been doing this probably for about, you know, I'm 37 years old, so I've probably been doing this since I was like maybe 8, 9 years old. So, and just under 30 years, I've been measuring my turds. And the longest one ever. No, I don't do that. That was really stupid. So anyway, thank you, PW Dubs, for the stupid question. But thank you for the legit tip. Then I got another dollar tip from someone saying they got a happy ending massage today for the first time ever. Well, good for you. Hopefully the guy was gentle. All right. Let's see here. Chunky Jack did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, let's play with some monkeys. That's what we're about to do in Donkey Kong 64. Various kinds of simians, right? PW Dubs to me another $1.30 and says, it wasn't me, Phil. If I tip, it's going to be something funny or legit question, not to insult you. And that's what I figured, PW Dubs. I didn't think that was you earlier. I thought that was something really stupid. So, again, someone trying to impersonate you in a tip. So, a fan to me, $1 said, do you like watching Gabe Horn? Does Cat like Gabe Horn? I have no idea. I don't know who this guy is. I had to look him up moments ago to figure out who the hell he was. So, I have no idea. Okay, let us now get to shout-outs for top cheers of the week and top sub-gifters of the week. All right. So, thank you to top cheers of the week so far. Keep in mind, the week is still very young. This is only including Monday, basically. In 10th place, we got Cody Carls. We get a triple tie for 7th place between Tomahawk MCX, Dr. Jeezy, and Chunky Jack. We have a tie for 5th place between Mr. Papavera and the Spartan King. In 4th place, we've got Junior Mint, 007. 3rd place, Snake Eater. 2nd place, Delancius. And in 1st place, Accio Artorius. So thank you guys for all of that support. And as for sub-gifting this week, if I could click on it, I missed it twice here. We have 3 people who've gifted subs so far this week. We got Philly Buckeye, Snake Eater, and Alfred Aponte. So thank you guys for gifting subscriptions this week. That is much appreciated. Okay. Well, Chunky Jack did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I love Gabe Horn. Again, I don't know anything about the guy, so good for you. Thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Okay. I think it is time for a brief break. I'm just going to run and use the restroom quickly. And then we're going to come back and get started what we're doing today. We're finishing up World 4 in Donkey Kong 64. All we have left is the final banana, which I now know where it is, and then the boss fight. And then we can move on to World 5 and see what World 5 is all about. So we'll see how far we can get in World 5 today, right? Hold on one second, because what I want to turn on, I want to turn on the stream here. Hold on. Not the stream, the console is what I meant to say. I want to turn on the console. There we go. What? Alright, this is hilarious. I just turned on my Wii U, and it says, the TV you're using doesn't support the resolution setting you're using. What? Yes it does. God, this console's stupid. What is... Hold on. This thing is glitched. Hold on a second. No, I don't want to change the setting. Okay, am I okay here? No. My Wii U is completely glitched out. I can't move around the menu at all. This is great. My Wii U is a piece of garbage. I can't move around the menu properly. For some unknown reason. What it used to be was, you know, the stupid Wii U gamepad, the thumbsticks would be screwed up or whatever. And it was screwed. In this case, it's not. The Wii U gamepad is on my lap, and it's still not working. And it claims the resolution's not set up, although it obviously is. Hold on one second. Let's test something here. It's working fine. But just to show you, when I'm pushing the directional pad both on my Wii U gamepad and my Wii U wireless pad, it won't move. It's locked. It's fucked up. Let me try to restart the thing. It's so dumb. This has happened to me a few times. Why it happens, I have no idea. This is just a really odd glitch. Okay. Try it again. And those are the only two controllers that are out. There's this one, the wireless, and the gamepad. That's it. That's all that's here. So why this would happen, I don't know. And why it would say the resolution's not working, I also have no idea. It's never done that before, ever. I just hope the thing keeps working, because there's like... Basically, the Wii U is the only place you can get a lot of games. Oh, it's working fine now. It's working perfectly fine now. It was just a weirdo glitch. Whatever. Alright, well, it's working now. Stupid. Yeah, like the Wii U is the only place where you can get a lot of games on the Virtual Console, because remember, the Wii Virtual Console is completely gone now. So really, the Wii U is the only place you can get a lot of games, a lot of retro games for Nintendo. So that's why I was like, damn, please let this thing keep working. Not to say it's not easy to get a Wii U, it is. It's incredibly easy to get a Wii U on the cheap because they didn't sell. So. Okay. Hold on a second here. Septic Tank Man took me $1, referencing it. This is how you don't play, about Jack and Daxter, saying that one's really funny because it's a game you sucked at and it's good to poke fun at yourself. Listen, this is different. 2020 is very different than it used to be. When This Is How You Don't Play first came out, I was so hateful of it. I hated the fact that people wanted to make fun of me. I was nervous that it was going to negatively affect my business, which it did giantly. But basically back then I was like so negative about it. And today I don't really care anymore. You know, they're gonna be made no matter what. And even if I'm not terrible at a game, people still make them now because they've realized that they became so synonymous with viral popularity that people do them no matter what anyway. So I don't care. I don't watch them, certainly, and I'm not going to watch them. But hey, you want to poke fun at me, go ahead. I don't care if people poke fun at me on a live stream. I don't care if people poke fun at me, whatever. I never said I was a great gamer. And in particular, when I'm playing a game like that where I've never played it, you know what I mean? I've never played it in the past. It was an original playthrough, cold turkey, not knowing shit and never even having played a game in that era because I was heavily into Street Fighter and didn't really play that stuff. Of course, I'm going to suck at it, and I don't really care if you say I suck at it. Okay? Excuse me, the Otaku fan tipped me $1 and says, once you're done collecting in Pokemon Sword, will you be buying the DLC since the first one starts in the summer and the other in the winter? Also, another question, would you try playing Shining Force and Landstalker on the Genesis Mini? I am getting the DLCs for Pokemon Sword. Pokemon Sword ended up being, in my opinion, one of the best streams of last year and still going this year. And, you know, the playthrough's been amazing. I really like the game. I think that unlike previous Pokemon playthroughs, since now I'm an interactive streamer, the Pokemon Sword playthrough really lent itself to my style of content creation now. So I've absolutely loved it, and I'm definitely doing those DLCs when they come out. As for Landstalker and Shining Force, really when I play Genesis Mini, it's all about what the viewers want. Last time, the first game people wanted was Castlevania Bloodlines. I played it and realized I was near the end, so I just finished it. I'm doing Genesis Mini again on Saturday. I don't know what I'll be playing. So, if you're interested in seeing me play those games, check out those streams and you know, lay in your 2 cents. Hopefully other people will be of like mind. Alright? Can't ban my socks. Tip me $1 and said people want you to say Gabe Horn because it sounds like gay porn. What? No, it doesn't. Not even close. It's not even like the syllable. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even sound the same at all. If that's the case, that's really stupid. But then again, that's something that, again, that's a 5-year-old level of like humor. You know, when you're like in elementary school, that's what you try to do. You try to get your friends to say silly things, and then you laugh at them. Ha, I gotcha. So, you know, that's the intelligence level of some fucking morons. Okay, then. Okay. So, thank you guys. It is time for a very brief break for me to use the restroom. And then I'll come back and we'll start up. So give me like 5 minutes here. And I'll be right back with Donkey Kong 64. Thanks, guys, and see you in just a bit.